With its debut at San Diego Comic-Con last year, 2015, the Legacy Thunder Megazord caught the attention of toy fans and Ranger enthusiasts across the world. Given that Titanus itself was $200 and was only one Zord, this is instead a full Megazord with different modes at the same price. Is this piece of 90s nostalgia worth it? Let's find out and begin our unboxing. So I have a few things for size comparison, at least for the box. I have my bamboo plant, a standard modern sized comic book. By the way, go check out my Secret Wars review. I have a link in the description and on the Kinetic Collections website. And lastly, we have a shoebox. As you can see, the size comparison of the box itself is quite large. Now let's take a look at the sides and the back. Here you have the story. Go ahead and pause it if you'd like to read on. Bottom of the side of the box. Here is the full bottom. Copyrights, descriptions, and the contents. Go ahead and pause if you want to make sure everything is set. Here is the other side, more of the story. And it shows the Thunder Megazord with stats. If you can't point it out, length is 380 feet with 147, height 203, and then we have weight 510 tons, and speed tops out at 93 miles per hour. Back of the box. Go ahead and pause it if you'd like a better look. Shows how to combine with the Tigerzord. Before I open the box, which we will do momentarily, I'm looking forward to the Red Dragon. Now that I've showed you what's on the outside, let's dive in and take a look at the Megazord. This is the Assault Team. Everyone's calling it a sled. Carrier, holder, display. You can call it a sled if you like. Instructions. This will be important so we don't break anything, obviously, especially with a $200 toy. I was born in 1990, therefore when the toy came out, I did not have the experience of opening it, nor do I remember it. This is a pretty big moment for me. What do we have underneath? Really don't want to make anything fall, so here's what it looks like. I don't think anything will fall, and if it does, it's metal. Let's start removing things. Let's take a look at the lion. This has certainly got some decent weight to it. The mold is almost the same as the original. You have the arms under, you have a peg for the helmet. This part does not open up as in the original did. Head still comes down for Megazord formation, but we'll go ahead and evaluate that later. The addition of the green paint on the face is great. Wish they made it slightly a brighter hue overall. Decent piece. Nothing new with the exception of metal that I feel it's really cold back here, so that's good. We'll go ahead and put this one off to the side for now. One of my personal favorites, the Firebird. And the reason it's I would say it's my second favorite is because of the detail that they put in this one. Much better, no stickers. This is all molded in and painted as well. The articulation on the wings, look at this. You got a full 180 on this part here. The head goes up and down. It goes back in front. Can't forget the tail. The tail came separate. So this is your Firebird. I also want to point out that this is really in there. Not like on the original. This was easily out. They kept it in for the Mega Tigerzord, so it wouldn't flop out. Great job, Bandai. This is the Griffin. Oh, it's really, really tight. I like that. Nice clicks. That ratchet click to make sure it locks, it's not wobbly for articulation. Great there. Again, these are not stickers. I don't want to try and scratch it off. These are all painted, ready to go. Here's the unicorn. The neck has great ratchet joints. Put the head forward. There you go. Also clicks nice and tight. Again, metallic paint. And last but certainly not least, the red dragon. Take a look at all the details. The head does rotate 360 degrees around. The arms do the same. And I'm doing this now because when the armor's on, it's going to be much more difficult. Full 360 there. At the shoulder you have 90 degrees. At the elbow, yep, 180 degrees. So that's good. Full 180 there. And the wrist and hands and fingers. You can close them to hold the staff and the sword. Great detail. Legs, of course this part will go out. You have nope, full 360. Take risks, and if it breaks, simply return it. 360 at the thighs, the quads, excuse me, at the hip, I guess. The foot, you do have more than 90 degrees. Now, with that being said, let's turn this one into its dragon mode. I just broke this, came off. Now, good thing it's 2015 and 2016, because on the original you would have to buy a whole new dragon, or you'd have to get a whole new arm piece. However, it does have female and male connectors. Pop it right back in. Something's wrong. I think this end is for the tail. Much better. This came off again. I'm not sure if it's something wrong that I'm doing or manufacturing. Simple repair. Done. Let's take a look at posability for this. This is the red dragon in its entirety. Notable points of articulation include the head and mouth. As you can see, the inside of the mouth is painted black. Teeth are silver. The head just keeps coming off. These can go any way you'd like, up to 180 degrees. Can you put them forward? Actually, these can go 360 for whatever reason if you want them to be a sad dragon. Let's take a look at this part. So the neck does flop around every which way you want. Make him be a giraffe. Really good articulation here. As you can see, these twist, so you can actually make the dragon look this way or the other way, or look back at it. Oops, that's the other way around. This way. Much better. That, same thing with this portion. This part of the tail leg piece does the exact same thing. Move it around. The foot's connected to the tail. You can go do this. Really can't do much more than that. You can rotate it, so I guess you can kind of do some waggy poses on here. Have them do something like that. Just realized you can actually lock certain pieces, actually all the pieces of the neck together. With the full motion like that, the head fell off again for the 18th time. So instead of it being all wobbly and wiggly like this, you can actually lock pieces in like that. The Red Dragon is a far superior upgrade in every way. Now let's take a look at the Megazord formation. so you want to make sure there's a groove in here so that all these fins are on the side. Cool. Cool. Let's bring in the lion. Get these pegs out. Pegs are supposed to be up like that. Forgot about this. We'll take off the tail. Attach it to the butt. They do have pegs right here. Click in. The wings around. Now we can go ahead and put these in. Torso armor. Click in. The arms. These are supposed to lock in here, which is why it's kind of funky. But just trust Bandai, just trust Bandai. We've given them all of our money so far. Why not? Another difference is unpainted, painted. Armor is nice and tight. And last but not least, okay, so there are little holes back here so that the fins of the head will accommodate for the helmet. And as you can see, it is on. Put that visor down. And there we have it. Now let's talk weaponry, angles, and articulation in this mode. Here's the sword. Beautiful with the markings. Oh, look at that. It is shiny. Well done. It's not flimsy either. This is nice quality plastic. Makes a nice clicking noise when you put it back. There is a notch here, 2 holes. Put it in this way. The chain is in the box. There's no need for me to attach it for the sake of this demonstration. And as for the staff, I'm going to take the phoenix tail and attach it to either end. There's the opening there, an opening on the other one too. As far as articulation goes, the fist on both hands opens close about, I'll say less than 90 degrees, enough to accommodate the weapon. Hold it there. The grip is decent. It's a lot better than the original. However, when the weapon gets any lower, it doesn't really hold as straight. Arms, same thing, still 360 here. In the head, you can still move the head. You can actually pull it up. Look left, look right, look behind them. Now let's take a look at something which I'm not a big fan of, at least for the moment. I'm gonna put this completely straight, and the Zord does not stand straight up. Maybe I did not push it all the way in, perhaps? No, it's in there. Be careful if you're putting it somewhere high or at the edge of a shelf. Now that we've put everything together, let me give you my final thoughts. Let me begin with the playability. First, there's many things you can do with each individual Zord, as well as the entire Megazord. However, it's nothing new that we haven't seen before. Articulation, however, that is a whole new ballgame with this collectible right here. Primarily centered around the red dragon. Now this isn't like a Dino Megazord where each individual piece serves a purpose. With the Thunder Megazord, 4 of the pieces serve as armor to one central piece. Posability is absolutely incredible with the red dragon. Could not ask for more as a collector, so that makes me very happy. What doesn't make me happy is the price. Now we have seen high priced Ranger items before. The San Diego Dragon Dagger for $150, Titanus for $200, and the 2015 San Diego Saba at $175. If we were to piece it out, you have 5 Zords. Box price, $200. $200 divided by 5 Zords, $40 per Zord. That individual price point alone is enough to scare a buyer away. I would gladly pay $40 alone for the Red Dragon, however not for Unicorn, not for Griffin, not for Lion, and definitely not for Firebird. So if price is your object, definitely a pass on this item, at least for now. At a $200 price point, this collectible is absolutely not worth collecting. Take your time on it, wait for a price drop. If you go to Toys R Us, Sabas are now only $55 anyways. If it absolutely doesn't sell, that's when I'll walk back into Toys R Us and gladly pick up this item. Now that we have Falcon Zord photos floating around, it's safe to say that the Ninja Megazord will soon follow, and even a Shogun Megazord to round out Mighty Morphin. Please like, subscribe, and share this video, and feel free to leave your input in the comments. And don't forget to follow on Instagram and check out our website. Thanks for watching.